Alright, welcome back everybody. I'm here with the review of Monday Night Raw for March 19th, 2012. It was live in Philadelphia this week. For this week I thought I'd do something a little bit different. I typically watch Monday Night Raw with some friends of mine, so tonight I thought I would have one of them on to kind of give like a second opinion of just the show in general and their thoughts on the angle and stuff. Overall, like, what did you think of the show, just in general?
Honest to God, I thought it was better than most Raws as of late.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good deep eye action, always good. A-list, Jericho with the CM Punk angle, bringing it to a whole new level tonight. Talking about his sister being a drug addict. Pretty good stuff all in all.
Yeah, I have to say that I thought this was a good Raw with the promos. The wrestling, not so much. The only matches they had were really short. I mean, really short matches.
Yeah.
So the wrestling on this show wasn't the best, but they did do some good promos, and they're trying to build up WrestleMania.
Exactly.
So.
I mean, they're focusing on that right now. They're not worried about epic matches at this point.
Yeah, and I mean, when you have Mania right around the corner, the shows have to be good. And SmackDown really has to be good, because we're 2 weeks away, and they really got to step it up for this. But the show starts out with CM Punk coming out. They recap the Chris Jericho promo from last week's Raw. And Punk basically says that his father was an alcoholic. Everybody already knew about this, at least his close friends and family. But it wasn't Jericho's place to tell the world. And he says that his father was an alcoholic, but he's fine now, and he's proud of his
proud of his dad.
He's proud of his dad.
It's heartwarming. It's a heartwarming scene.
He says that his father overcame his demons, and he's going to go through Jericho at Mania. Jericho comes on the Titantron, and he says that he's sorry for what he said. He acts like he's all sincere about this. He says he's never going to talk about his father again, but he still can talk about his sister.
His sister's a drug addict.
Yeah. Apparently there were some substance abuse problems in the Punk household with his sister, and Jericho says that this is a dangerous pattern, and it shows that Punk will end up like them.
Yep. And he's going to be the one to make him take a drink.
Yeah.
He's going to be the one.
He's going to make him drink, and he says there's good news that you can overcome your addictions, but the bad news is you can't overcome the loss at Mania.
Pretty good angle, all in all.
Yeah, I thought this was good.
It was innovative, so definitely Jericho brings it.
Yeah, I thought the CM Punk stuff was pretty good, but it wasn't just quite as good as the Jericho stuff's been. But Jericho coming on the Titantron and cutting a promo on him, and it just made it even better.
Definitely.
And this is just, they keep topping themselves with this angle. Punk actually started cursing at him, and they censored a lot of it. I think he said he was going to beat the shit out of him at Mania, but he was just kind of going off. The next match, or the first match we had, was Kane versus the Big Show. Before the match even started, Cody Rhodes comes out.
Yeah.
And they play one of those montages of all the Big Show's losses at Mania.
Yeah, I believe that was just a collection of all the ones he's played so far. Is that right?
Yeah, it was. I think there might have been a couple new things.
Oh, really?
Like him getting Mr. Sacco.
Okay, yeah.
But,
that's true.
For some reason, Cody is at ringside. He's wearing boxing gloves, I guess doing the Floyd Mayweather thing. And this match was incredibly short. Big Show climbs on the second rope for God knows why. Cody Rhodes gets on the apron, distracts him. Kane hits kind of a
It was horrible. It was like a hybrid of basically a hip toss with a choke slam.
Yeah,
it looked pretty ridiculous.
I don't know what the hell this was supposed to be. I assume choke slam. And Kane gets the win, and then Cody Rhodes runs in, hits a disaster kick, handcuffs Big Show to the ropes, and then he has these boxing gloves on, and he's just wailing.
He does like Sugar Ray Leonard, like footsteps, juking and jiving. Very good.
At first I didn't really like it that much, but then it made Cody look awesome, I thought. And Big Show, I mean, he was really hitting this guy. Like,
you can actually see the welt on the side of his head afterwards.
Yeah, this was pretty.
There were some pretty good blows in there.
This was pretty good to set up the Big Show Cody Rhodes angle, I thought. And then some officials come out and they use bolt cutters to set Big Show free. Then we have David Otunga with John Laurinaitis comes out. Otunga is using Wade Barrett's gimmick of having a jacket draped over him now.
It's a good look. And it fell on his boots when he was trying to do his little strut, and it looked really awkward for a second.
Yeah, he definitely would have tripped over it, but he caught it while he was posing.
It was classy there.
We get Santino with Teddy. So Otunga versus Santino. Santino's got these spray painted abs on, and they start doing a pose off. There's some comedy here. Santino goes for the Cobra. Laurinaitis is at ringside, texting or something. Teddy comes and gets in his face, and his phone gets tossed into the ring.
And smashes the cell phone.
Yeah, Santino goes crazy. He smashes the cell phone. Otunga hits his one-handed choke slam move, and he gets the win. So Otunga gets the win here again.
A-List getting the push. Good to see.
Yeah, I think Team Teddy's doing pretty bad so far.
It's pretty much Team Lame at this point.
Yeah. Laurinaitis comes in the ring. He does the trombone dance like Santino. Teddy gets in and slaps the shit out of him. Yeah. And then he runs away. And this was...
can we say bitch on here? Very bitch-like? Very bitch-like.
Yeah, he slaps him.
He scampered up to the top of the ramp, and that was about it.
And he does
strut. Does a little...
his dance. Yeah, I thought this was alright. They've been really building this more on SmackDown. Yeah. It's more where they kind of focus on this angle, but I thought this was okay. Rock promo from Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. He's standing in front of the Rocky statue. He talks about how when he was a 12-year-old boy, he was standing in front of the same place. They show some clips from WrestleMania 1 and 6 with the Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan.
Awesome Warrior picture with the painting of the thing right here in his chest.
Yeah, he says Warrior became an icon. I mean, they actually kind of put Warrior over here on WWE.
And Macho Man as well.
Yeah, and he
gives some respects there.
Talks about Steve Austin, how he beat Steve Austin. Right. He beat Hulk Hogan. There's just one guy left, and that's Cena. Yeah. He says he's coming out tonight to the arena to give Cena a message, and if he doesn't get it, he's gonna shove a cheesesteak up his ass.
Oh yeah.
He mentions Foley, Flair, Macho, and he says when he beats Cena at Mania, his dream, the 12-year-old boy's dream of becoming the greatest of all time, will come true. I thought this was pretty good. Daniel Bryan comes out with AJ.
Classic.
Yeah, they show a clip of Zack Ryder with a megaphone in front of Philadelphia fans telling him that he should be on Team Teddy.
Is he not already on Team Teddy? He's trying to get cleared for that.
I don't think he is.
It's just like Kofi and Santino right now.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, and Truth.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
But he said something about, tell him why I should be on Team Teddy and stuff like that. But then they have the match, Daniel Bryan versus Zack Ryder. Daniel Bryan's the champion. He's obviously just going to destroy Zack Ryder. But
Zack Ryder did get one really good boot in. It sounded pretty realistic. That was kind of cool.
He got the boot into the corner, and he got a few other pieces of offense in the match. So he didn't look like a complete geek out here. Yeah. But he did eventually tap to the label lock almost immediately.
It was a quick match, definitely.
Yeah, just another quick match.
Beefed up D-Brat.
John Cena comes out. He didn't cut a promo. He didn't cut a promo at all tonight, actually.
No, yeah.
They did the match, Cena versus Mark Henry. I really thought this was supposed to be in the main event, but I guess they just kind of tossed it in here.
Right.
Maybe because of the car accident he was in earlier. Maybe that had some kind of effect on him. And
I thought they mentioned it for a second, but they never really went into much detail about that. It was just they shot back and the match started up. So I don't even know what happened with that.
It was from what I heard, Cena was fine. So, but maybe he was just felt like he didn't want to be there all night. And
although he honestly did look in pain after lifting up Mark Henry's fat ass a couple times to do that.
Well, who would?
I mean, especially after little car accidents. I mean, that was bad for John Cena's back.
That's some heavy lifting right there.
That is. That's a lot of man right there.
Henry dominated Cena for most of this match. He hits him with the big splash. Cena kicked out of that. And then you can see Mark Henry say, "Ain't this some shit?"
Yes.
You couldn't hear it, but
actually.
Yeah, you could read the lips on that one.
That was awesome.
Cena starts to get some offense. He hits the 5-knuckle shuffle, hits the attitude adjustment for the win. They had a really good camera angle for this attitude adjustment. And then The Rock's music hits. He runs out to the ring, and he rock bottoms Mark Henry, and he leaves.
Very random. Unexpected.
I thought this was decent. I think it was just supposed to show that Cena beat Mark Henry, and The Rock comes out and says, "Hey, I can hit the rock bottom on this huge monster of a guy, and if I can do it to him, imagine what I can do to you, Cena." And I thought it came off pretty good.
It was pretty well done.
Then we have Kelly on Extra.
Mm-hmm. Maria Menounos.
Yeah. Her and Kelly are
talking.
Beth Phoenix and Eve show up. They challenge them to a match at Mania. They accept. Pretty obvious what's going to happen here. Kelly and Maria are going to go over because celebrities always go over at Mania. So I think that's pretty much a no-brainer.
And Natalia shows up and farts on everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I guess she's not going to be at Mania.
Nah, man, she's in the gutter now.
Oh, she may do some backstage promo where she does fart at someone. Because I could see that happen.
Gotta throw that in there.
Miz comes out to the ring. He's talking about King Kong Bundy at Mania 2 and in the main event. And then at WrestleMania 3, he was wrestling little people. And he said it was the biggest drop-off in Mania history till now. He wants to prove that he can be on Team Johnny. And Sheamus comes out. We get Sheamus versus The Miz.
Very predictable.
Yeah.
Quick job.
It shows Laurinaitis and Otunga
Makes
watching.
Miz look even worse than he has been lately.
Yeah, and that's pretty bad.
Yeah, but it really is a pretty bad drop-off if you do think about it from like where he was at last year.
Yeah.
At that level.
To not even being on the show.
Yeah, with like, I mean, what, he had the belt for like 6 months or something like that.
Yeah.
To basically jobbing every night of the week.
Yeah, it was definitely, he had it for a long time. I thought it was, I thought this match was just typical. Sheamus is going in here in a title match.
Give him
and
a quick
Miz.
little plug, make him look good. And
yeah, I mean, Miz doesn't even have it.
Yeah.
So, Laurinaitis and Otunga are watching. Otunga has a pimp cup.
Yeah, like the chalice with little jewels on it.
Yeah, that I guess is what he drinks coffee out of now, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Now he's even got his own gimmick for the coffee. So that's pretty cool. I mean, he's working it.
Yeah, man. Should get a deal with like Folgers or something.
Sheamus wins clean with a brogue kick. Typical.
As always.
Yeah, I mean, I guess next week is Miz's last chance to try and get on Team Johnny.
And Sheamus is probably going to get D-Bry's title.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I think so. I don't know anybody who wants Sheamus to win this. But
yeah, I mean, it's not like it's going to hurt his cred if he doesn't win this and lets D-Bry keep it, but, it just seems like it's probably about that time.
So then we have Randy Orton come out. He's talking with Josh Matthews. He asks him how he plans to beat Kane. He says that, how does Kane plan to beat him? This was just a bad promo. He says he beat the monster last summer and shook his hand, and the monster became human.
Yeah, it was very monotone and pretty boring.
Yeah, it's typical Randy Orton promos here. He even ends it. He says he's not the big red machine. He's not the devil's favorite son or a monster. His name is Randy Orton. And that was it. Just not very good, in my opinion. They show a little Be a Star ad campaign with Stephanie, Big Show.
And A-list.
Yeah, David Otunga was telling kids not to bully people.
It's a little bit hypocritical, but...
I mean, that's basically all they do to Teddy Long. Like, they just make fun of Teddy and just push him around.
Trying to keep the kids in line, so...
Yeah.
God bless them.
Oh, here was the highlight of the evening. We had Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger versus Kofi and Truth with Oksana. The best part of this, Swagger goes to do push-ups on Kofi's back.
And ass.
And I swear his finger went in his asshole.
These two fingers kind of get inserted partially.
I mean,
in
Swagger...
Kofi Kingston's little area down there.
Yeah, I think Swagger got a handful of Kofi here.
Yeah.
And he wasn't phased at all.
Right.
But
if you have that on your DVR, be sure to record that and watch that again, and you'll see exactly where it comes.
Yeah, this was craziness. I definitely had to rewind and say, did I just see that shit? Ziggler hits a Fameasser on Truth, but Truth gets his foot on the ropes. Vicky pushes it off. Referee doesn't see it. Ziggler gets the win. Oksana pushes Vicky. They get in the ring. They start brawling around. Guys are trying to pull them apart.
Yeah, I was glad to see Ziggler and the Swag Man win a match. Actually, that was they've been both on like downward spirals as of late, especially Swagger. So that was a much needed victory, I think, right there.
And I was just thinking, they haven't actually joined Team Johnny, but Kofi and Truth have. So here's another loss for Team Teddy. Like they just can't get a break.
Man.
So we have the final segment, the main event. of this entire Raw, Shawn Michaels comes out. He says that he's always steals the show at Mania. This Mania is going to be no different. He's been in Taker's shoes before. Taker comes out, says that it's in his best interest to shut up, and he wants this match to be pure, and he doesn't want him and his buddy to get involved. Triple H comes out to interrupt him. The good thing about this is Triple H is now ready to fight.
Mm-hmm.
He's not wearing the suit. He comes out, he's doing his water bottle gimmick, and he's just ready to go. He's getting pumped up. And he says that there's been 24 cell matches, and him and Taker have been in 19 of them. It's destiny that they have this match, and it's going to be the end of an era.
That's true. Yeah. Overly epic.
Yeah, I thought this was
pushing it as far as they can, but yeah, it was. They got to do it.
Taker asked him if he's willing to put everything, his wife, his kids, his life on the line, and Triple H,
being a drama queen about it.
Yeah, Triple H says that if it means Taker gets the end he deserves, then yes, he's willing. And Taker turns to walk away, but then he turns back around and says, "When I told you Shawn was better, he is." And then he leaves, and Shawn Michaels is just smiling.
Yeah, he has a little smirk on his face, and Triple H looks pissed off about it.
Yeah, he's just smiling at him the whole time. But that was this week's Raw, and I thought it was
pretty damn good, honestly.
Yeah, this was a pretty good show, and it should be. I mean, Mania's in 2 weeks, and they should really not be dropping the ball here. And next week's has got to be the best. It's the go-home show. This is when they're going to try and talk people into the show and just sell the pay-per-view. So
they've got plenty of time to suck after WrestleMania is over.
That's true.
So, step it up for the next 2 weeks.
And a little bit of news that I had heard is it's rumored that Prince Albert, A-Train, from the Attitude Era, he's been wrestling in Japan for a while now, and he's pretty good, solid worker. And they're supposed to be bringing him in as John Laurinaitis' henchman after Mania to kind of get a big push and feud with Cena. This has been in the works for a couple months now, I heard. And we'll just have to see what happens with that. He's denying it on Twitter, but of course he's going to deny the angle taking place. So that could be seen as a spoiler, like John Laurinaitis is going to win at Mania, but a lot of people already figured that would happen.
It's speculation.
I just think it's something, at least, because after Mania, you got The Rock and you got Jericho probably leaving.
Yeah, Rock's definitely gone. I mean,
Rock's
Jericho might hang around for a little bit.
And, mean, all the star power's leaving. They're going to have to push these guys they've kind of demoted, like Miz and Ziggler.
Exactly.
They're going to have to bring them back into the spotlight, and they need something, and I think this Laurinaitis angle with a new face, because Cena's beat everyone. And they need something, and this could be cool. I'm excited to see it, and I never really thought I'd be this excited to see A-Train back, but I am.
Yeah.
So I think it could be a good show. So that was the review for this week. I hope you guys liked the show. Let me know what you thought about it, and I will be back tomorrow probably to do a movie review. So thanks for watching. Bye.